Update on Caitlin Clark's availability for a Commissioner's Cup game is bleak. Since the time of publishing, Clark was ruled out by the Indiana Fever for tonight's Commissioner's Cup game against the Lynx. The Commissioner's Cup final between the Indiana Fever and Minnesota Lynx has hit a snag, with the availability of Caitlin Clark for the contest up in the air. Hours before tip-off, head coach Stephanie White told reporters on Tuesday afternoon that Clark would be a game-time decision, as Clark was also not available at opening shoot-around with the rest of the Fever players set to be available for the contest. Clark has missed the last 2 games for Indiana with a groin injury, which is yet another snag in her season after also sitting out for about 2 weeks with a quad injury earlier in the year. Without her in the lineup, the Fever are 3-4, and the team also just re-signed Aari McDonald to a deal to act as her replacement while she recovers from this new injury. Thoreau, while the Fever may not lose much with Clark out on the defensive end of the floor, no Clark means they need to have a very balanced and potent attack on offense between Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hull, and Natasha Howard. All 4 have been fantastic as of late for the team, so Indiana will need to hope they can keep it going against a tough Minnesota defense. Clark's availability for Commissioner's Cup game, the Fever are probably trying to ensure that Clark gets as much rest as possible prior to the game by not having her participate in shoot-around prior to the game. But they should also be trying to not rush her back like how they seemingly rushed her back from her quad injury. While the Commissioner's Cup championship could be huge for the momentum of the Fever moving forward, it won't be the be-all, end-all of the team season. Indiana has yet to get consistent play from Clark this entire season so far, but we've yet to hit the halfway mark of the year, which makes it hard to draw any finite conclusions about the direction of the Fever for the rest of the regular season. But Clark is also a fierce competitor, so it shouldn't be shocking to see her play for a bit in this game as a means of acting as a decoy on offense. McDonald will need to do more than just be an excellent perimeter defender in this one. If Clark is out, she'll need to be aggressive on offense and the team's go-to facilitator to make a victory possible. The buzz was electric. The stage was set. The Commissioner's Cup game, once a minor mid-season incentive, had grown into a marquee event, thanks largely to one name, Caitlin Clark. But just 24 hours before tip-off, the energy shifted. Indiana Fever head coach Christy Sides stepped up to the mic at the team's final practice before the Commissioner's Cup matchup, and her face said it before her words did. "We're evaluating day to day," Sides began, hesitating. "But as of now, Caitlin is unlikely to suit up tomorrow." Silence. Reporters scribbled, cameras zoomed in, and fans across the country exhaled, not in relief, but disappointment. The update on Clark's availability wasn't just bleak. It was deflating. A star dimmed, but not gone, Caitlin Clark has been the face of the WNBA's 2025 season. Every dribble, pass, and jaw-dropping logo 3 from the rookie phenom has drawn comparisons to legends and pulled in viewership the league has never seen before. Her presence has single-handedly turned Indiana Fever from afterthought to national storyline. And the Commissioner's Cup? It was poised to be her first true professional finals moment, a chance to perform under pressure, under lights, with a trophy and pride on the line. But a hard fall during Sunday's game against the Minnesota Lynx left Clark grimacing, clutching her lower back. She finished the game, because that's what Clark does, but insiders noted she moved differently, her shot off, her hustle tempered. Post-game, she shrugged off the injury. "Just sore," she said with a half smile. "I'll be okay." Turns out, it wasn't just soreness. The medical report released Monday morning cited lower lumbar inflammation with risk of aggravation. Medical speak for "play her now," and she could be out longer. And for a Fever team still clawing for consistency, that was a risk they couldn't afford. The Fever's dilemma. It's no secret that Indiana has relied heavily on Clark to generate offense, leadership, and attention. Without her, the team often looks disjointed, a young core searching for rhythm. "We want her long-term," Coach Sides emphasized. "What do I do now?" Once, Coach doesn't, "We're not going to gamble on her health for one game, no matter how big." Still, it stings. The Cup game was billed as a duel between the league's two rising forces, Indiana Fever versus Las Vegas Aces. Caitlin Clark versus Aja Wilson. Old guard versus new phenom. Now the matchup feels lopsided. Even Aces star Kelsey Plum weighed in, saying during a post-practice presser, "You always want to play the best. Love her or hate her. Clark's that. Hope she bounces back quick." Fans react, "No Caitlin, no cup" online. Reactions poured in instantly. Hashtags like Clark out and Save the Cup began trending as fans expressed both concern and frustration. "I booked my flight to New York just for her," one fan posted. "Without Caitlin, this is just another game. I get it, protect the player. But man, this hurts," wrote another. Yet some were more optimistic, calling the injury a blessing in disguise. "She's been overplayed, she needs rest, let her heal and come back stronger," one comment read. And therein lies the tension between spectacle and sustainability. Caitlin Clark has become the league's gravitational force, but she's also human. A 23-year-old rookie carrying the weight of an entire league's spotlight.